Good morning, Neshoba County. Thank you for showing up or tuning in this morning. I'm Kilgore, and I, along with Judge Kylie Kirk of Winston County, Mississippi, will currently serving as your Chancery Court judges in the 6th County District. And I know I speak for Judge Kirk when I tell you that it's an honor to serve you, and we're humbled to have this chance. And I say this without any bias whatsoever, but I have the single best group of office workers in the state here in Neshoba County working for me. You've already heard that this morning from someone else, but mine happens to be true. They include our staff attorney and certified mediator, BJ Morrow. BJ's here with us. Court administrator Heather Waco, and court reporter Lindsay Williams, Kosciuszko, and Weston Hazelwood is our intervention court coordinator. I'll talk more on that in a moment. They really are the best at what they do, and I'm blessed to work with them every day. Also, we're extremely well represented by our Chancery Clerk, Guy Maurer, and his staff. And I see this one back there. Guy will tell you that the three major parts of his success are named Wanda, Kathy, and Gidget, his deputy clerks. Also, I see Sheriff Clark up here. Their office does a fantastic job. I've been speaking on this hallowed stage since I started this job in 2010, and it is still a thrill to me. I want to briefly address three areas in my allotted time here this morning. Again, I've been going by Dr. President that it is still 10 minutes. We don't get to make up for last year. The first, of course, is the COVID pandemic. As you know, COVID rocked everyone's world last year, and the court system was no exception to that. In the early stages of last spring, everyone's instinct was to shut down and hunker down, but courts cannot do that. From the very beginning, Mississippi Supreme Court Chief Justice Mike Randolph recognized that as a court system, we have a constitutional and statutory duty to open and remain open for business. Of course, this had to be done in the safest way possible. And Chief Randolph deserves significant credit for his leadership in striving to balance individual rights with public health and safety and the constitutional requirements that Mississippi State courts remain open and accessible. He also recognized repeatedly that individual judges have discretion to control their own dockets and courtrooms. I'm very proud to report that in the 6th Chancery District, we didn't slow down. We resolved and closed out over 1,200 cases in 2020, which is just under the number of cases we disposed of in 2019, pre-pandemic. We have to keep in mind that there are certain family matters that we hear, especially those that are involving children that just cannot wait. Of course, court proceedings look very different, as Judge Duncan stated. We did as much as we could over Zoom, but some matters just have to be heard in open court. For those, we of course took all of the recommended precautions regarding distancing, mask wearing, and sanitization. And our Chancery clerks and bailiffs deserve a significant amount of credit for maintaining safety in our courtrooms. We don't know what lies ahead, as we know from the news this week, this isn't over. But I do feel confident in the ability of our court to remain open and provide a safe forum for the citizens of this district. My next topic is family law clinics for self-represented litigants. Very proud of this. In 2018, we began partnering with the Mississippi Volunteer Lawyers Project and the Access to Justice Commission to host free legal clinics to help low-income residents with uncontested family law matters. Through these clinics, people receive legal court documents prepared by licensed Mississippi attorneys and legal advice in certain family matters. The participants then represent themselves in court pro se. If it is a matter that I, as the judge, can sign off on that day, we're there to do that. And we'll stick around and do so if it's a matter that can be signed off on. Some issues can be completely resolved on the day of the clinic. These free family law clinics are designed to give people enough basic legal advice and direction so that they can handle civil legal matters on their own in Chancery Court. We did have to cancel our scheduled clinics last year due to COVID, but I'm pleased to announce that they are back on this year. Mississippi Volunteer Lawyers Project has their first in-person clinic this Friday in Hinds County, and we are the next clinics set up to go. And I'll just note by way of announcement that the first one is for Tala and Carroll counties on September 17th. The second is for Choctaw and Winston counties on September 24th. And here in Neshoba County, the clinic will be for Neshoba and Kilgore County at 9 o'clock on Various topics include emancipation, no-fault divorce, guardianship, name change, civil wills, and other Chancery-related matters. The participants must be pre-screened to make sure that they are below the federal poverty guidelines. And if you want to find out if you or someone you know that needs legal advice, if they qualify, you can do an intake form at www.mvlp.org. Or you can call AJ Morrow at my office at 601-656-1881. BJ has done an excellent job at organizing these clinics, and his organization skills, you've seen whether you know it or not, because he's been the race director of the triathlon for several years. I know Judge May did this year, but BJ's had that experience as well. Great organization skills. We have some excellent and selfless attorneys in this area. I see some of them here this morning who are willing to give up a Friday to help people who are less fortunate. These attorneys make a living providing legal advice and services, but most of them understand that there are some among us who are simply unable to pay for legal services. So please help spread the word about these clinics. You may know of someone who could benefit from this, and the court is here to serve its citizens. The last thing that I want to mention is our Youth Intervention Court, which was formerly referred to as Drug Court. If you've heard my previous fair speeches, you know that they often center around Youth Drug Court. It's something I believe in for a very simple reason, that they work. I've personally seen intervention courts change lives and families in very dramatic ways, and it's simply amazing how much money they save you as a taxpayer. Our Youth Intervention Court has been in operation since August 1st of 2017, and I'm very proud to say that the Administrative Office of Courts has recertified our court for another 2 years. I recently had the opportunity to attend 2 Youth Intervention Court ceremonies, graduation ceremonies here in Neshoba County, and these kids completed a very rigorous program under intense supervision and family involvement. Not every kid is able to complete this program. It's a real accomplishment. Time will tell, as Judge Taylor will note, but it truly seems to me that these kids now get it. That the best path in life, both as an adult and as a teenager, is to live a drug-free life. They are responsible for their futures. I believe if we can get their attention at this young age, that it could potentially affect generations below them, and ultimately our community as a whole. Wesley Hazelwood has been our Youth Intervention Court coordinator from the inception of the program. It's Wesley around. He's going to do a great job. He does a great job with these kids, and they've made him pull his hair out, but he truly has a heart for these kids, and it shows. He's got that rare quality. He's able to balance firmness and discipline as needed with support and guidance for the kids. I'm proud of the work he's doing. I want to publicly thank Barry Walker and others involved with the River Ministry here in downtown Philadelphia. They both work with both adults and juveniles and children who are struggling with drug or alcohol issues. They've been an invaluable resource for these kids, and they've been an awesome ministry for this whole community. I do not personally preside over Youth Intervention Court proceedings. Here in Neshoba County, the very heavy lifting is done masterfully by Youth Court Judge Amy K. Taylor. Wait, there you go. She's very, very good, and it's often, I feel bad because a lot of you don't know how good she is. She's very dedicated to this court. She does a great job not only with intervention courts, but with youth court in general. The proceedings are confidential in nature, so most of you will never know what goes on in youth court proceedings, but I wish you could see our youth court and our intervention court teams in action. You know, Manny Webb, see Prosecutor Robert Lee Thomas back there, they also do a wonderful job. It's just a team effort. I truly mean this. We have one of, if not the best youth courts in the state of Mississippi. I know you're here tonight, a lot of one, but it's honestly the truth. I know you see stories of juvenile crimes in the paper, and you can be frustrated because you don't know how those got resolved or if justice was served. But you can please be assured that these offenders are being handled in a firm way, in a way that recognizes that these kids have a lot of life ahead of them. Each and every one has the potential to be a productive, law-abiding adult, notwithstanding the mistakes that we I want to close out my time by asking for your prayers for our youth court, intervention court, for the pro se clinics, for everything I'm talking about, and just us as judges in general, the whole judiciary. People are never going to agree with every decision that we make. But I ask that you will pray that we as your elected leaders will have above all wisdom, vision, integrity, civility, and good country common sense, as my dad called it. So thank you all for your attention this morning. I hope you have a great faith.